Well, students, today we are going to discuss another important topic of B.Ed, which is Thorndike's trial and error learning theory. Okay, in your B.Ed syllabus, there are 2 or 3 theories, learning theories. So we are going to discuss trial and error theory, which was given by the Thorndike. Okay, so under this theory, what we will do? First of all, we will understand about the trial and error theory. Okay, who gave this theory, who developed this theory. Okay, then after that, we will discuss about the experiments under this theory, trial and error theory. After that, we will learn 3 laws of learning. This is the most important, students. Law of readiness, law of exercise, and law of effect. Okay, and in last we will discuss educational implication of the theory. So always remember, you are doing the B.Ed, whatever the topic we do, we have to do the educational implications of that. Okay, this is the most important. So guys, before starting the theory of learning, you should know a little bit about the learning. What is learning? Learning, basically, learning is a said to be equivalent to change, modification, development, improvement, and adjustment. It is a lifelong process. Okay, what is a learning? Learning, basically, it is a modifications of behavior. I have told you many times, when there would be a teaching, there would be a learning. Okay, don't think that you have to, see from the books and, teach to the student. Okay, unless or until there is a no modifications of behavior of your student, your teaching is not successful. Because best teaching, good teaching always induce good learning, right? Last time we discussed the topic of a teaching and learning. Okay, and under that topic we have learned one definitions of B.O. Smith. What is a teaching? Teaching is a system of action induce learning, intended to induce learning, right? So what is a learning? Learning, basically, it is said to be a change, modification of behavior of the student. When you are teaching to the student, if there is a modifications of behavior of the student, that means your teaching is successful. And as well as learning is a lifelong process. It starts from the day when a child is born and it continues up to his death, right? So regarding the learning, there is a one, important definition given by the Gates. Gates कहते हैं, learning is modification of behavior through experience and training, right? Again, we discuss about Thorndike's theory of learning. Okay, there are two or three theories of learning in your B.Ed course. First, we are going to discuss trial and error theory. Second theory is a classical conditioning theory, and one more theory in your syllabus. So today we are going to discuss theory of learning given by the Thorndike, trial and error. So it was given by the American psychologist E.L. Thorndike in 1898, right? This theory is also known as pleasure and pain theory, stimulus response theory, and bond theory of learning. Guys, you have to remember this name. This is the important. Sometimes questions come, explain bond learning of a theory in detail, right? Sometimes come the questions, explain trial and error theory in detail. Sometimes comes stimulus response theory in detail, right? So according to the Thorndike, who developed this theory, he wants to say that learning takes place through trial and error method. Okay, actually he conducted many experiments on cats, dog, fishes, and concluded that we learn each and everything by making mistakes and error. So according to Thorndike, Thorndike wants to say that we learning by mistake, we do the error. And you have seen that when the child has to learn how to ride a cycle, okay, क्या होता है? He falls many times. Okay, ultimately by the practice he becomes able to ride a cycle, ride a motorcycle. Okay, so when we begin to learn anything, there may be many errors. set by the Thorndike, and it happens, Hana, you have seen that. Okay, and but as the number of a trial goes on increasing, the error go on decreasing. यही होता है ना, it happens when you are doing the practice. So what is happening? Actually, errors are going to reduce, and the time will come, the day will come, you will become perfect on that topic. Okay, thus we learn by making mistakes and errors. Now we discuss about what are the basic principles of trial and error theory, right? So what are the basic principles? किन फाउंडेशंस के ऊपर बेस्ड है, इसके सिद्धांत क्या हैं? What is a basic principles of trial and error? So according to the first principle of a trial and error, you can call it is a characteristics and features of this theory. So the number one, learning involves trial and error or selections and connection, right? Trial and error, trial ka means try and error. Okay, we try, we do mistake, and we learn that, right? Next is learning is a result of formations of connections. Always remember, learning is a result of formations of a connection. There is a lot of connections. Okay, when the when a child is learning how to ride a cycle, so he does 9 or 10 attempts. In the 10th attempt, he comes to know how to ride a cycle. But there is a formation of a connection. Last 9 attempts also value it, also counts that, right? Learning is incremental, not insightful. This thing you have to remember. These things makes Thorndike separate from the other theories. Thorndike wants to say that learning is incremental, not insightful. We don't learn from inside. Okay, learning is a direct, not mediated by ideas. We don't learn by the ideas, okay, which we have done in the idealism and others. Okay, learning requires both practice and rewards. Learning जो है practice and reward से होती है. How it happens means he wants to say that when a teacher has to teach in the class, he should give reward to the student. Okay, when the student will take the reward, okay, so then he becomes motivated and he learns, and by the practice and rewards, learning requires. Okay, a series of SR connections can be chained together if they belong to the same action sequence. Okay, this point we will understand in the coming slides. Transfer of learning occurs because of the previously encountered situations. The transfer of learning and it occurs because of the previously encountered situations. I have given you the example. If the child learned on the 10th attempt, so 9th attempt also counts, also makes the student how to learn how to ride a bicycle, how to run a bike. Intelligence kya hai? Intelligence is a function of a number of connections learned. This is important. Okay, Thorndike what wants to say that intelligence is a function of number of connections learned. He wants to say that who is the intelligent? He wants to say that when you do the practice of one thing again and again, okay, you become perfect. People wants to say that this is the intelligent. You are intelligent. So intelligence is a function of number of connections learned, right, guys? Now my next slide is on the experiment given by the Thorndike. We learn these all the principles and what the trial and error theory says by this example. Okay, so Thorndike conducted many experiments on cat, rat, and dogs. Okay, so he comes to know that learning takes place by making errors. So here we discuss one experiment given by the Thorndike, right? So guys, Thorndike actually, you are looking in the slide, there is a one cage, one puzzle box. Okay, he made a one puzzle box. Okay, and he put the hungry cat into the puzzle box. Okay, you are seeing the puzzle box and hungry cat. And okay, you are also looking one lever inside the cage. inside the puzzle box. Okay, and what is the condition basically? Okay, the condition is that when the cat will press the lever which is inside the cage, inside the puzzle box, then the door will open. Okay, so this kind of puzzle box he made, and he put the hungry cat in the puzzle box. Okay, but what happened? Whole of the one day the cat was hungry. After a one day, what Thorndike did? Thorndike put a a fish, put a food nearby the puzzle box. Okay, you are looking this is a food, this is a food. Okay, in the next experiment, okay, this thing. Okay, now you are looking the food now. This is a food. Okay, food in the bowl. Okay, there is a fish in the bowl. So the cat was hungry. Okay, from last 24 hours. The smell of the fish, this is important, I'm going to say that the smell of the fish motivated the cat to come out of the cage. So then what the cat started, a way to come out of the cage. Sometimes Thorndike has elaborated that sometime cat put his head into the puzzle box, and she tried any way to come out of the cage. So what happened? Actually, by mistake, now see this experiment. By mistake, the paw of the cat, she pressed the lever. The moment she pressed the lever, door opened. Cat came out of the cage and got her reward. Right? So in the same situation, Thorndike put the same experiment. The cat was hungry for 24 hours. In a second experiment, he put a bowl, he put a food inside the puzzle box, inside the cage. Okay, cat started each and every way to come out of the cage. Ultimately, cat put his paw on the lever, door opens, cat come out of the cage, and put his and got her reward. The same experiment he conducted many times, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times. Ultimately, he saw that in every experiment, cat took a less time to come out of the cage. But what happened in the 10th experiment? Now the cat was trained. She knows that how to put the how to press the lever and come out of the cage. So the moment he put the bowl inside the cage, inside the puzzle box, and cat press the lever and come out of the puzzle box and got her reward within a second. Now what happened in the 10th experiment? Cat was fully trained how to open the puzzle box and come out of the cage, come out of the puzzle box, and got her reward. So based on this trial, based on this experiment, he put his theory. Person learns by making mistake. Okay, and you have seen that this theory basically it is a very beneficial for the small students up to the class of a 4th or 5th. Okay, and small children, what they do, that they learn anything by making mistakes. They do the mistake, they learn each and every word. Sometimes they don't know how to pronounce the word. Okay, they do the errors, and after some time, after some experiments, what happens? They become trained. So they learn by making mistakes. Okay, so yeah, this is a one time. Okay, he put a, see the first picture, he put a food inside the puzzle box and try to put the food. So what happened? Ultimately, he opened the case and came out of the puzzle box and got her reward. So this is a random movements of the cat. Similarly, small children, they do the random movements and ultimately they become trained. So now, what we have, extracted from this theory, what we have, deduced from this theory. So first of all, we have to learn what are the factors involved in trial and error. Okay. So based on this theory, we have to learn, first, there should be a motive or drive. Okay. What are the factors that are involved in this theory? Number one, motive. In the present experiment, drive or motor was hunger, right guys? So guys, first of all, don't start teaching directly to the student. Okay, prepare the student. They should be appetite for the learning. They should be hungry for the learning. Okay, create such kind of a situation first of all. Okay, like the cat was hungry. Okay, next, stimulus or goal, right? In the present experiment, food or fish is the stimulus, right? वो जो food था, fish थी. The smell of the fish worked as a strong stimulus for the cat to come out of the cage. Similarly, you have to, arouse the stimulus. You have to arouse the, such kind of a thing within the student so that they should be ready to learn. Why they are learning? So first of all, you have to stimulate the child. This is the reason many times I have said to you that teaching is nothing. Teaching means stimulating the learning power of the student. Teaching does not mean, learning from the book and, pouring into the mind of the student. With your teaching abilities, with your, experiences, you should motivate the child. You should stimulate the child. Number third is responses. Number of a varied types of responses like scratching, pulling. Anna, cat, scratch. She was scratching and pulling the, puzzle box. Responses lead to the goal, known as satisfying responses. The responses which do not lead to the goal, known as annoying responses. Okay. When the child is learning, if he is going to the right path, so put the child into the right path. Okay. Eliminate the wrong responses. Next step, block. The cat was confined in the box with a closed door. Okay. Create some blocks. The students. Okay. Not every time. Okay. You have to involve in the teaching. Sometimes start debate. Now sometimes start speeches. Okay, kind of creating a block, creating a obstacles in front of the students. Okay, you have to do this. Give some problem oriented project to the student that are based upon the discovery learning, right? Kind of a project. Random movements. Persistently try to come out of the box without knowing how. Okay, sometimes give the students any assignment. Okay, students, you have to do this assignment. Okay, and you help as you work as a facilitator. Okay, only you have to do little bit help to the student, but ultimately let the student learn from her or his pace. Can success, selection, and fixations. So these all the points you have to write. Okay, and in order to learning how the learning occurs. Okay, these are the factors. Next we discuss regarding 3 laws of learning. Okay, earlier we finished the factors involved in the theory of learning. These 3 laws also come out from the trial and error theory. Okay, what are the name of these 3 laws? Law of readiness, law of exercise, and law of effect. Okay, we discuss these 3 laws one by one. Okay, one is law of readiness. Guys, readiness means preparation of action. It is also called the law of action tendency. Means in a simple term, you have to ready the child to learn first of all, not directly come into the class and start teaching. Okay, you have to make the student ready to learn. So what this law says, according to this law, when we are ready to learn, we learn more quickly and effectively with greater satisfaction than we are not ready to learn. Okay. Next, law of exercise. It is also called the law of practice. This law is known as a law of practice because you already, you know that practice makes a man perfect. Law of exercise states that organism learns as a result of repeated trial, practice and exercises. कोई भी organism है, कोई भी person है, okay, he comes to learn by making trials, making practice, making exercise. So guys, always, first of all, okay, involve this habit in your daily routine. Ki at least, 1 hour, 2 hour, you have to give focus on your learning. Okay, every day. Because when you start learning, you are doing the practice. So ultimately, the day comes, practice makes a man perfect. Similarly, this thing you have to establish, you have to, inculcate in the mind of the student. Law of exercise means law of practice. Third law kya hai? This is the important law which has come from the trial and error theory, law of effect. Also called the law of pleasure and pain. Okay, this law, what this law say, this law is also called the law of pleasure and pain and law of satisfaction and annoyance. Every activity has its effective tone. Some activities end in satisfactions or some activities ends in pleasure and other in pain. Okay, so what happens, you all have experienced sometime, okay, we are learning something, okay, so that ends in a pain, sometime ends in a pleasure. So you have to do this exercise again and again. Okay guys, so these are the 3 important laws. So we have done the factors involved in this theory. We have done the 3 laws of learning which has come out from the trial and error theory. Now we discuss the educational implications. This is the important. Okay, so this is all about the first educational implication, which is based on trial and error theory, says that readiness is the preparation for action. Dekho, we have come to know now this point from that theory na, ki we have to make a ready to the student to learn, because we have learned from that theory, every organism, if he is ready to learn, he learns more quickly, right? Second, it is a very essential for the teacher to see that the child is ready to learn more quickly, effectively, with greater satisfaction when he is ready to learn, right? Next, the teacher should also make an attempt to motivate the student by arousing their attention, interest and curiosity. Okay guys, I want to ask from you, okay, you also, some of the students, you are in the, you are teaching to the, student, okay, and tell me how many times you have motivated to your child, how many times you have aroused the attention, of the child. Okay, have you created the curiosity for the students? Have you made any kind of things which makes a, curiosity for the student? They have to learn. That's why na guys, teaching is not everybody's cup of tea. Teaching requires a lot of things. It is a system of activities intended to induce learning. You should be sound knowledge of a philosophy. You should be sound knowledge of a psychology. You should be sound knowledge of a teaching learning process. You should know theories of learning, intelligence, personality, growth and development. Only then you become a, effective teacher. Okay, now this theory, you have come to learn that attention, interest, these are the mother of learning, right? Next, the educational implications. The law of effect emphasizes the role of reward and punishment, right? Sometimes you are going to teach, you have to give the reward to a student. Reward does not mean you have to give the, every time you have to, give the, reward in the form of money. Guys, if you are smiling in the class, this is also a reward. Okay, student is giving a right answer. You say that you have given a right answer. Okay, please everybody clap for that student. This is also reward for the student. So involve these things in your, teaching. Okay, you have to give the reward. And punishment doesn't mean any kind of a corporate and punishment. Okay, in a better way, right? In a positive way. Next, practice leads to a man towards maturity, right? So practice, you have already know that the more you will practice, the more you will become perfect. Okay, So guys, now you have, come to know one thing, nothing, we say na कि this is a very, difficult things. It is not a difficult thing. The main thing is that we are not learning that actually. We are not giving the time. Okay. Habits are formed as a result of repetition. So when you will do the repetitions of a particular thing, you form your habit. So habits is everything, That's why it is said that make a good habits within the student. Okay. So even you yourself also that, okay, get the good habit. Okay. The, habits, it reflects your behavior also. And habits are nothing. What is a habit? Habits are nothing. It is a collection of your actions, repetitions of your work. If you are, giving your time to the study, it will become your habit. Automatically, after 9 or 10 days, psychology says that you will never know you are giving 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours to the your study. If you make your habit, uh, instead of a study, okay, तो कहीं और पे ले जाती है, तो वो आपको you will become perfect in this thing. So it depends on you how you develop your habit. A teacher can improve his teaching methods and other thing by doing this theory, this trial and error theory, right guys? So guys, thank you so much for this lecture. So I conclude this lecture. This is a basically trial and error theory given by the Thorndike, American psychologist, in 1898. So according to the Thorndike, he wants to say that learning takes place by making mistakes. We learn by making mistakes. Okay. So he conducted a many experiment. One experiment you have seen that. Okay. So out of that experiment, we have come to know that what are the factors which we have to involve in our study, and 3 laws of learning. One is law of exercise, law of effect, and law of, third one is law of readiness. Okay, this is the first law of readiness, law of exercise, and law of effect. And next, educational implications you have already done. So thank you so much, guys.